welcome to this emergency edition of the Escape with Nick and Adam. My name's Nick.
I've had all the prep time I need to win. If Clark wanted to right now, he would squash me like a bug, and there's nothing I could do about it. But deep down, Clark is a good man, and that's why he won't. And deep down, I'm not. Isn't that right, James Gunn?
The funny thing is,
I'm kind of honest.
he's, you know how many people are lucky that Henry Cavill is probably like one of the classiest dudes in, I can't just say Hollywood because he's British, but like in cinema.
Yeah, in that business, absolutely, absolutely.
So, but
and
anyway, real quick, but thank you for joining us on the Escape. We talk about entertainment, sci-fi, comics, action figures, pop culture, and everything nerdy. And obviously, big news tonight, Adam. Henry Cavill out as Superman in the DCE going forward. And you know how I kind of feel as a DC fan right
now? Oh no! We suck again!
It's kind of how I feel.
You know what though? I think it's kind of like James Gunn and Peter Safran going, guys, we suck. Not us, but this all sucks. We need new. We need to clear the air. We gotta get the old farts out. Henry, you were great. It didn't, you were just part of something that didn't work. It wasn't you that didn't work.
And I think you're very much onto something there because it seems like this is every remnant of Zack Snyder, everything that did not work in the past, it's gone. As much as but
right.
Okay, but it's also, hey, it's Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers, which means they look like freaking morons. They look like they don't know what the hell they're doing, along with DC, because Henry Cavill went out. He got the green light from Warner Brothers to, hey, announce your comeback. That's the only reason he made that statement, because the studio said, go ahead, dude, announce it, put it out there. You have one of the things I love about Cavill, he's so gracious to the fans, and he has such a good rapport with fans. When he puts stuff out like that out on Instagram, he wouldn't do it flippantly. He would do it because we're good to go. And then 2 months later, fucking out. Like, what the hell is it? This just looks like more of Warner Brothers just looking like a company that doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
I see your point, and it does look that way a bit, but it is still the new Warner Brothers. It's still DC Studio, and Black Adam. As much as I enjoyed it, and as much as I enjoyed my theater going experience, as much as I stand on what I was going to say, if the Flash is better than what Black Adam was, because Black Adam wasn't that bad. I was comfortable with where they were going. I thought, okay, we're steering the ship the right way, but Black Adam didn't make money. So it bombed. It didn't work. And so I see them going, well, no. Just no. Why more of the same? Why more Band-Aids, right? Why more? Cut the cord. But I'm disappointed as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Well, I just understand the direction.
I understand it, but it just makes Warner Brothers. Hey, Warner Brothers, guess what? You look like idiots again. You have egg on your face again.
And the weird part about that is he announced his return as Superman, and in that movie, and was like, we're gonna get the deals, and The Rock saying we're gonna get the deals. Then the next day we hear about James Gunn and Peter Safran. So, yeah, until they turn around and say, hey, I'm glad you were planning what you're planning. But no, I'm just saying that sounds like what happened.
But also, why it just goes, Warner Brothers just looks like they're incompetent again.
Well, they had to get people to the movies for one reason or another to see a mediocre movie. And why not say Superman's back to do that?
But it's just in the dumbest way possible. They're like, hey, we're back, but it's literally like, hey, 10 seconds at the end. Like, Warner Brothers, and hey, Zaslav, you look like an idiot today. And
in Nick's eyes, I think you look great.
No, totally 100% Zaslav, you look like a fool on this one, along with James Gunn, because keeping Cavill on as your Superman was the smart play, because you had a ready-built Superman who wanted to do the role, not just wanted to be Superman, wanted to be a good Superman, wanted to be a great Superman, someone who actually reads the comic books.
Yeah.
And it was one of the lifelines where, and as DC fans, everyone said, "Oh, thank God, they're actually going to treat Cavill right. Finally, we're actually going to get the Superman that not only the fans deserve, but also the Superman that Cavill deserved." And this is a slap in the face. Now, I don't know, is Henry Cavill cursed?
No, no, but I did think of this earlier today. I understand how you feel, and I feel you, but it's a different time. So when Andrew Garfield became Spider-Man, we weren't hanging out. It doesn't matter. You're seeing the next movie.
Yeah.
Like that. You don't
No,
get to skip it. You
no,
don't wait 20 years and say, I never watched Andrew Garfield. What?
Right.
What? So why am I making this about Spider-Man? I'm just saying, I'm just trying to add a little bit of levity to our disagreement, but it's still going to be okay. I'm going to miss Cavill. This fucking sucks for me.
This is because I was surprised how much this irritated me last night when it dropped, because it's completely unrelated, but it struck me kind of the same way when Disney dumped Gina Carano, where I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, people get hired and fired in Hollywood all the time.
Yeah, I get it.
But when it comes to DC between DC and Marvel, DC needs a win the most. DC needs to get back their fans as much as Star Wars fans are on the outs as far as not giving a shit. You've just pushed all the DC fans just a little bit farther, and I apologize, not all, a lot of DC fans to I don't care a little bit less today, because the guy that we wanted as Superman, that you had in the fold, we thought was in the fold, waiting in the wings to be Superman, and the people wanted to actually just give us one damn decent Henry Cavill as Superman movie,
right?
And just do right by that poor freaking guy, because he, like I said, he has handled this with the most class and dignity I've ever seen. I've never seen someone get shit on so publicly and slapped in the face so publicly by so many times by the same freaking studio. It reminds me, I can't remember if it's Homer or if it's Sideshow Bob, where he's like stepping on the rakes and he just keeps stepping on the fucking rakes.
Oh,
and that's how I feel like, and that's how I feel Cavill is, where you're just like, no, it's like, because he seems like just like Superman, just an optimistic dude, and it just like every time it just keeps getting slapped in the face by these freaking Hollywood people.
Yeah, no, I especially when it comes to the character of Superman. Okay, so now that where we stand, like, I'm going to dive into like my side of where I feel about why I'm not happy about this. This is why I'm not happy about this. It's like you said a few minutes ago, you just touched on. Finally give us a decent portrayal of Henry Cavill as Superman. The closest. Now, he did great as Superman, but we haven't seen him do Superman stuff.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen him do defensive stuff. We haven't seen him be offensive. You know what I mean? And when Superman's offensive, all I mean by that is he does something no other man can do. Makes it look easy. He comes down and he's like all heart, all merciful, all nice guy, no matter what the circumstance, right? So I'm saying in a situation where he's not fighting Zod, where he's gonna get his ass kicked left and right. We didn't get to see him save that rocket in BBS. You know what I mean? We saw him a little bit, but he wasn't in the suit in Man of Steel when he saved the people who were out on the oil rig. Remember that?
Yep.
You know, those Superman moments. We didn't get him. We got him in montages.
The closest we got was when he was in the bank, and was it a bank that he was in? And I forget exactly the scene, but he's in a building, and like he just caught something, or I forget exactly, but it's like I was like, oh, that's Superman right there. That's a Superman moment. But yeah, just like I said, all the other stuff where it was him, not being Superman in the suit. Those moments are so few and far between.
Now, I'll look at the movie The Batman, and the first thing we get is the internal monologue, all of that stuff. Every comic book character has an internal monologue. It is not just exclusive to Batman or Daredevil. Something like maybe they want to bring us something like that, but why not with Cavill? I don't understand the mentality of it. And I don't think that at this point you have to worry about the audience saying they won't get it.
No, because
even audience members who normally wouldn't have gotten it, say 10 years ago, have had multiverse shoved down their throat left and right with both the big two.
Well,
so you can't use that excuse. That's off the table. That's off the table. Meaning you can't say audiences won't understand why he's Superman here and a different one. You're getting ready to make fucking Jason Momoa Lobo. You know that? You know that rumor going around?
Yeah, I've heard that. And that was part of the other thing. They're like, well, we're in talks with Cavill, and hopefully we can bring it back. Like, if I were Cavill, I'd be like, both barrels, buddy. Get some of that.
He'd never do that. He'd come back if they asked him back. If they asked him back, he'd come back because he likes us.
Exactly, because he'd do it for the fans. Because because you know why? Because he's a fan, and he gets it. And all these fans who have been like just rooting for freaking Henry Cavill as Superman, we were getting what we wanted. Once again, God forbid, because Adam, if I don't make guarantees very often, you put out a freaking decent Henry Cavill Superman, that's $2 billion in the bank. Write it up. That'd be a $2 billion movie.
Okay, my only critique on that, let me throw in but what about this? Is Man of Steel. Okay, our buddy Chris R, right? Doesn't like Superman at all. He knows what Superman is.
I'm not a big Superman guy. You know why? Because he's too overpowered. He's too OP. He's the original OP guy. But you know what I love? I freaking love a Superman movie.
I love his story. I love who he is.
Right.
But even that's not that's not what Chris is about when it comes to his superheroes, right? His superheroes are, you mean Spider-Man, tongue-in-cheek, or Wolverine, or Batman. I get it. But he does not like Superman. I was like, just give this movie a chance. You liked Smallville. You're the reason I got into Smallville, blah, blah, blah. So we go see the movie. You know what he said at the end of it? He goes, it was fine, Adam, but it was Superman. I don't care.
Right.
So my thing to that is like, why the fuck didn't that? So to Superman fans who are out there, the ones who are not Chris R, the ones who are not him, who love Superman, where is your grievance with that movie? And don't tell me it's the violence.
No,
because
this is the thing. Once again, Superman is not my favorite character by a long shot. But you know what I love? I love seeing Superman doing Superman shit in movies.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
In comic books, the stories get, okay, you're great, I get it, fantastic. There's just not a much, diversity in the stories. And I was like, dude, you have all the best superpowers. The end. Everybody wants to be Superman when it comes to superpowers. If you're a superpowered being, everybody's like, I'll just be Superman because he's got everything. So when reading comics and all that, not my thing. But in a movie, I love watching Superman movies because he's does Superman shit. He does unbelievable stuff, and I love seeing it.
And he's followed by a strict moral code that he doesn't seem to be bothered by having.
Right.
It's not a
Be- be-
burden that he bears.
Yeah, it's not a burden. It's like because it's right or wrong. The end.
Yeah.
It's
He's
wrong
like,
to kill. The end.
yeah, if I take over the world and I enslave the human race, one, that would be wrong. And two, I don't even want to do that. You know what? Have you ever read Superman Earth 1, Volume 1?
No.
Jim, I can't remember his name right now. Really good. Anyway, so it's as if you're reading your very first Superman comic, and it's take you into that world. It's a hardcover comic. They've got volume 2 and 3. So he's off to Metropolis to make his start. He wears a little hoodie. He's kind of saving people or whatever. He's not Superman yet.
Oh, it's J. Michael Straczynski.
Yes. He audition or not audition. He tries out. He goes out for pro football at the for the Gotham team, and of course he's Superman. He holds back on everybody, and they're like ready to give him contracts. Then he goes to this biochemical lab, whatever, and he's been training in the Fortress of Solitude, and his Kryptonian brain can process things faster. He's very smart, very smart. Right. And they're ready to sign him up on what, because he can do all these things and he understands. Okay. Goes to the Daily Planet, turns in a story. This editor looks at it and goes, "You spelled this wrong. You blah, blah, blah. You're nothing but a hack." It's like, "What? Really?" He starts smiling. He goes, "You don't think I'm very good at this?" And he's like, "No, bring me something better." And the reason he wanted that job, and it wasn't about the money, it wasn't about the abilities, it was because that was something that he could do and grow as a person, having an experience on the planet. Right. Wow. To me, that's wow.
No, that's someone who gets the story, and that's nothing that was touched on in any movie.
Now, let me ask this. I'm going to tell you my answer ahead of time. My answer is yes, I do. Do you think Henry Cavill could carry that kind of a Superman?
Without trying.
Without
acting.
So I'm very puzzled about this.
That's what I think of Henry Cavill. I don't even think he'd have to act. All he'd have to do is literally throw on an American accent.
Yeah. So when I say I'm like, you and I are not completely on odds. We're not total odds about this. I want to see what they do. I want to witness it, watch it, and say, okay, yeah, you had egg on your face back that day. That's what I want. I want to know what the fucking thought is then.
Well, this is the thing too, Adam. So
Sorry for cursing, everybody. I'm going to try to clean that up in 2023.
Yeah, I'm trying, but it was a bad day. So, fuck. Anyway,
bloody Christmas in here.
So anyway, what the thing that just kept going through my head, Adam, and we'll get into this. We'll do some fan casting later, but sorry, rootin' tootin' Andy, Adam. I'm going to use some baseball vernacular here. James Gunn and Peter Safran, they can't hit a triple with this next movie. They can't hit a home run. They have to hit an absolute grand slam, or there will be fan backlash, because if let's say it's just mediocre, the fans are going to say, Cavill could have done better. And it's going to be an indictment not only on Gunn, but it's going to be an indictment on that actor. And if this is a 10-year plan, you're going to use this guy for 10 years of being Superman. He's always going to be compared to Cavill. And if you don't get this casting absolutely perfect, it will be a failure.
I'm going to take it back to the Amazing Spider-Man real quick here. Here's the difference in this situation. Nobody wanted a fourth movie with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man at that time. Not the popular vote.
Nope.
Because Spider-Man 3...
It was fading fast.
because of Spider-Man No Way Home originally, it did make me want to go back and watch it all. I love the first Spider-Man movie, Sam Raimi, and I do love the second one now.
Yep.
I treat the second Spider-Man movie kind of the same way I treat the Dark Knight Rises. Like, okay, I am a different person who comprehends storytelling a different way now, and this is why I like this. But Spider-Man 3 was a bad movie, and he was bad in it. Maybe they didn't give him much of it. Cavill's never been bad as Superman. He's never been not liked as Superman. So nobody's asking for a new Superman. Everybody was asking for a new Superman movie, and we're all about it. I don't. So that's why I say I want it. What are you doing? And you know what? If you know you're not using Cavill, right? What are you keeping secret then? You must have some kind of plan. Something's got to be on paper.
You've got to have someone in mind. You have to have someone in mind.
Yeah.
Because you're
and
not
that
just
scares
going
me too.
excuse me. You're not just going, we don't want Cavill because we're doing a young Superman story, which means you are going obviously with you're going younger, which means you have someone or some people in mind. But there's been no indication as to who. Now, there's been rumors that this is not just a James Gunn decision. This is a Zaslav decision because, hey, everybody freaked out because they were not expecting Black Adam to lose as much money as they did. Because I think you and I both said, look, this movie's not going to be a blockbuster because it was released at the wrong time. They fucked around with it too much, and they released it, when school started. When school's already out, those movies don't. You set it up for failure.
But really, I mean, it was better than Thor: Love and Thunder, hands down. I'll say that, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It's not $1 billion movie, mate. It's not $1 billion movie.
No, but you know what it was, and it's a shame that you can't do this anymore because Marvel's basically broken the cinema box office. It was a good popcorn flick that should have done well, that should have made money.
Yeah. It deserved better than it got.
Yes, it 100% did. But also the fans deserve better because, not to rehash, but look, man, no one knows who Black Adam is. No one knows who any of those characters are, except for the guy that you stuck in at the end.
Okay. The other night when we talked, go ahead.
No, I would say no matter how much you brought The Rock in and thought, had The Rock, walk around in the Black Adam costume, still no one went and bought Black Adam comic books to say, who's this Black Adam guy? Because he's such a deep cut character. You can't just pick up a Black Adam comic book and be like, oh, this explains it. No, like you got to go dig deep into the DC universe to figure out who Black Adam is because he's such a complex character.
Okay, so I got something. I asked Nick this question earlier. Now I'm going to put it to you at home, but actually I'm going to pitch this idea to you, and I want you to think it is the year 2014-ish, early 2014-ish, late 2013. Man of Steel has come out, right? Now, Nick and I are the Warner Brothers people or whatever, and we say, now, the next movie, we want to have Batman in it and Wonder Woman, but we want to make Batman old, and we want you to do a Dark Knight Returns motif mixed with a Death of Superman thing. And so that way we can hurry up and get to this Justice League movie because the Avengers just came out a couple years ago, so we got to catch up to that. Do you fund us? I'm going to put that out there to you guys because we asked ourselves that question today, and our answers were no. So, put it out there to you guys. Have fun with it. Anyway, this video will be on the internet forever. So, throughout time, whenever you're researching Henry Cavill getting fired, maybe it's 2027, and you're like, who are these guys? And what's this video? 5 years ago. Oh, We're reaching out from the past. Or I guess we're always reaching out from the past now, aren't we?
Well, it's not from the future because that'd be weird. But yeah, I'm to me, man, because everybody said, look, any not to say anybody can play Batman, but you can make a Batman movie out of anything. You clearly can't just throw a Superman movie out there.
It's a
You
hard
have
nut to crack.
You have to do it right.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is if if Cavill ain't it, who is? Because I can't think of anybody I'd rather have playing Superman right now than Henry Cavill. And don't you dare say Chris Pratt. Please, for the love of God, don't make it Chris Pratt.
Might as well have said, what do you have for dinner? McDonald's.
Yeah.
Isn't he supposed to be Indiana Jones soon or something?
He's Mario Brothers is the next movie.
Right. I thought he was like going to be. Yeah, that was a long time ago they were talking about that. That Mario Brothers movie looks good.
Looks fun. That should do well. That should break $1 billion without Lincoln.
Really?
Yeah. There's a huge Nintendo fan base.
Oh, good. I want to see it. I'm going to see it. It's a me, Mario. The minute I saw the trailer, I was like, I want to see this. I want to go home and play Mario. I love that fucking game, man. Anyways,
sorry, I'm trying to scroll through IMDb and sit here like, who is someone? And if you want to, Adam or anybody watching, who's someone that you could kind of pull that could pull off a Superman?
no one. No one, because if you ask that question in 2011, you find out they're making a Superman movie with this man named Henry Cavill, and you look at it and go, "Yeah, they found him."
And you go, "Yup,
they found Superman." Oh my god! And you go tell someone else, and they go, "Who's Henry Cavill?" And you ask somebody, and they go, "Who's Henry Cavill?" And you realize you said, "Who's Henry Cavill?" There's no one in Hollywood right now. I can't, and I won't pretend to pull anybody. Not even Tyler Hoechlin. He does a very serviceable job. More than that, if they gave Emmys away for being Superman on TV, he should get one. He's fucking awesome. But he's not.
All right, he's
not Superman for movies.
I might have one, and I'm just once again completely spitballing here. Let me pull this up and let me
Miles Teller.
close actually. Same movie but different guy. Tell me what you think of this guy right here.
I mean, yeah.
That is
but I don't.
Powell, and he is also in Top Gun.
Yeah, but I don't. I would have to see him in the suit. Do you know how Henry Cavill got the job? He had to audition in a Christopher Reeve Superman suit.
Oh,
that was mandatory. And and Zack Snyder said he's the only one we didn't laugh at when he came out in the suit. And we looked at him and we saw Superman. This is a very risky move. I don't know if it's good. I wouldn't have done it. See, I don't need the confusion cleared up about a few bad movies. I'm okay moving on thinking that BVS happened. I don't need Doomsday to be done perfectly. I don't need Joker to be done perfectly either, because it was done perfectly in 2008 by Heath Ledger. So I don't need that either. So I don't know.
I'm just trying to see if there's like someone's compiled some type of list of actors.
And if you lose Henry Cavill, then you just said, well, then that means there is no Gal Gadot. That means there is no Ben Affleck ever.
That is sweeping away that you might as well have taken a broom and just gotten a dustpan and said, all right, well, this is what's left of
Margot Robbie, gone.
Yeah, this is what's left of the Snyderverse, and it is going in the garbage can.
Crisis of Infinite Earths. And they don't have a Flash to run super fast and save them.
Yeah, so James Gunn.
See what I did there?
Confirmed that it's not going to be an origin story, which Thank God, because I think the comic book origin story movie is it's a trope at this point. I mean, how many times have we seen the Waynes get killed or Uncle Ben get killed? But also,
not enough. Those fucks.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm sorry about the F-bombs.
But they've also, Gunn's also confirmed that Robert Pattinson is not his Batman either. So,
what do you mean he's confirmed that?
Because it came out, someone put out an article saying that, Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to be the Batman going forward. Is going to be Gunn's Batman, and basically he came out and was like, yeah, no, that's a complete fabrication. So,
oh well, he said that's a fabrication. He didn't say the movie wasn't going to happen.
No, but basically he's just putting out Pattinson's not his Batman. And also another thing that he brought up is, is Affleck going to be his Batman? That has not been confirmed. The only thing that has been discussed with Affleck is directing.
I think it just confirmed it. Henry Cavill's not Superman.
Yeah, I say that this should be a big old message to everybody. Be like, if yours, and it sucks because one of the guys that we on our Instagram page is save the Snyderverse, and it ain't being saved, fellas. It's gone. So, the Snyderverse is swept away. It is history, and I don't know if there's like animosity there. I don't. Obviously, we don't travel in the Hollywood circles, but Affleck. Thanks, Danny. But yeah, it's definitely it's gone. Snyderverse is gone, and like I said, man, it's you pissed off a lot of DC EU fans, and trying to clean up, the DCEU. That's that's a tall order, but you had goodwill with Affleck in the wings, and you lost it. James Gunn lost
it. He's got something planned. They know more than they're letting on.
Well, that's the thing. The next big announcement is going to be is going to announce the slate of movies. Essentially, the phase 1. It's supposed to be after the new year.
What was the stupid movie, Danny?
It was a stupid move. I'm assuming it's with letting Cavill go.
Move. Oh, I have my glasses on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Peter and I. Hold on. Let me pull this up.
Peter.
So, Peter Man.
Hey, Peter Man.
Turn on channel 9.
It's the breast exam.
It's the breast exam. All right, so James Gunn, Peter, and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first project at the beginning of the new year. And once again, please tell me this isn't an origin story. No way. Could Ben Affleck direct? Met with Ben yesterday precisely because he wants to direct, and we want him to direct. We just have to find the right project. So, I don't see where.
Now, let me ask you this. Okay.
Yep.
A week goes by.
Mm-hmm.
A day to 6 months goes by. Cavill's back. What do you think?
They have no idea what the hell they're doing, even more than I have little to no faith right now that they know what they're doing.
I have faith in that they've got something good planned.
I do. And that's the thing. I know a lot of people are really freaked out over James Gunn just because he's known as the quirky movie guy. He's known as the quirky, Guardians of the Galaxy guy, the Suicide Squad. He can do the quirky stuff, right? But can you make a keystone of the universe?
Well, look at Brightburn. That was from him. I'm not sure if he was the director, but let's find out who was director of that one.
I got it.
Got it? The Evil Superman movie. Okay. Directed by David Yarovesky and written by Brian and Mark Gunn. Produced by James Gunn.
Right.
Look at the Suicide Squad, though. I mean, too, that was good,
Right,
too. That's kind of a comedy, but still. I think it holds up as a serious action movie. Okay.
How old is this kid that played Brightburn?
Oh, don't tell me you've got some ideas. You got some theories.
He wants a young Superman story.
Listen, man, if you give me Superman from Brightburn, I'm going to be pissed.
We're speculating here.
He's 19.
So he's 19.
And we're not. He's 19. We're not speculating. We're not going to.
I'm speculating.
Dude, that doesn't happen. Okay, speculate, but no way. If that does happen, then you really are right. They truly don't know what the fuck they're doing.
This is why I'm scared, because this was, Adam, this was the safe, smart play. You know what sometimes the best play is? The safe play. And Cavill was the safe play.
It was the no-brainer play for that. So was Gal Gadot.
It was the no-brainer.
And so was Gal Gadot. Think about that too.
Yes.
How the fuck are you going to get somebody to play Wonder Woman now?
Dude, this is why it really doesn't make a ton of sense, because, all right, I'll name the source of this rumor. Is most of this is from, the rumor is that this is more of a Zaslav play than a James Gunn play, because Zaslav got so freaked out because Black Adam lost money that he said, screw it, we're rebooting everything and we're going in a cheaper direction. He wants cheaper talent. Now, this is why I don't think that makes that much sense, because Zaslav knows because all this is to compete with Marvel, right?
Well, is to compete with, hopefully have somebody who can have some teeth at the game, but this is to get back in the game with Marvel and hopefully surpass Marvel. Right? Exactly.
So you can't go with cheaper talent. You can't. Everybody will see, if you don't get a big name actor, everybody knows, oh, you're half-assing it. That's why that rumor doesn't make sense to me. That one doesn't hold water. That this is strictly a Zaslav financial power play.
Well, I don't know. Oh, I got one person I would let. That's the key word here, because I got nothing but respect for him as an actor. I think he's a good actor. I think he looks the part. I think he could play either character I'm about to mention. But I say let, because I still believe that who's going to play Superman? It's 2011. And you open it up, and oh my God, they got Superman to play Superman. I'm standing by that. Zac Efron. I'd give him the cape. I'd give him a chance at it. He's a good actor. He was fucking great as Ted Bundy. He was my first pick for Batman when it came when they were talking about, the Matt Reeves Batman movie.
Right.
But I used the word let in that.
All right. So let's do this. Let's do this somewhat systematically. Most actors or most directors have actors that they like to work with.
Danny here says Roman Reigns.
We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, if he comes back as like Bizarro, or hell, you know what? The only way I'd let Cavill come back to the DCEU is if he were under so much makeup or CGI that you couldn't even recognize him.
No, I'd go and make the damn Cavill movie we should make. That's what I would do. I don't care if it's 2031.
All right. You know what? Let's just pull up Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's see what. Oh! Wait! Who is Adam Warlock? I wonder if he is on the list
To play Superman?
Hey.
The guy from the We're the Millers?
Yep.
He looks nothing like Superman. I would pick him as the Joker.
What is that guy's name? Why is it so hard to find? Isn't it We Are the Millers?
We're the Millers. I think he'd be an awesome Joker. Just saying. For a friend.
We're not casting Jokers. Will Poulter. I don't know, man. Like the more. Let's see here. Will Poulter. I don't know. Give him that little dye his hair black. Give him that little Superman curl. Not terrible. And you know we got Jack for Adam Warlock. And there's no reason to have Adam Warlock in the freaking MCU right now. So there's no future for him.
I've got one reason. One reason.
Yeah.
You forgot him.
Yeah.
Before.
Remember the guy in the cocoon 10 years ago?
You remember that guy in the original source material that kind of led us to beating Thanos?
Yeah. Might want to bring that guy in.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to share the stream real quick.
So that's just me. We're having fun. We're trying to pick out the next Superman here. And that's just, I'm trying to think of young actors that have worked with Cavill in the past. So, and that was one of the ones that jumped out at.
Guys, if you're on my Facebook or whatever, it's the post titled "What the fuck."
Oh.
Yeah. But I will say this, though. I'm still a James Gunn fan. I like everything he's done.
I am too, but I had Adam before about 8 o'clock yesterday, about 24 hours ago. I was way more confident in James Gunn than I am now.
Here's the thing, though. Whatever they've got coming out, you should. Well, not you should. I'm not saying we should, but it is okay to say, all right, I am intrigued. Show me a trailer. Tell me what's going on. I'm on board. It's sad to see the other ship go, but maybe they're onto something special here. I have my doubts.
All right, he might be too old. I think he is, but let's see how old he is. Yeah, he's only 5 years. He's too old for that. But one real quick, another James Gunn guy, Jay Courtney.
Oh, Jai Courtney or that guy?
Or is it Jai? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Jai Courtney.
All right, Jai Courtney. Him too. Good looking guy.
I'd go with Jai Courtney.
Black. But he's 35, so.
That's fine. Oh, but because you think 35 is not
too old.
Too old for what? Guns?
Too old for a young Superman story. Because how old is Cavill? Cavill's
he's my age, I think. Your age now. I think he's just a hair younger than we are.
Yeah, because I think he's late 30s, which is what you just said. But yeah, 83. He's 2 years younger than I am, so he's 35.
So that means in 2013 he was 30 when that movie came out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing too. So, earliest this movie's coming out is 25 or 26. Earliest.
Oh yeah.
So,
I know, right? Do you know how long I waited for that damn Superman movie to come out? After Superman Returns was not going to come out, and then they announced they are doing it, and then I see that. You know how long I waited, because I'm such a Superman fan. I mean, I was so immersed in Smallville at the time, and Smallville was just awesome. They flushed out every character except for Clark. They made you wait 10 years to finish him, and when you did, he was only Superman for 11 minutes,
yep.
or maybe 15, and it was great. But it was like, but I want one more episode and one more season. And that just seems to be the way with Superman IP. It's frustrating.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have nearly my finger on the pulse of things that I used to, of knowing who the young actors and actresses are. I have no idea who any of the upcoming crop of kids are. I just don't know. I do not have that.
I mean, I think it's all pretty much new now, right now, isn't it? I mean, the youngest crowd I can really think of was what? Anya Taylor-Joy type age?
Here, if we come up with the best actors.
Timothy Chalamet as
I
Superman.
say it's Timothy Chalamet. That. All right, here we go.
Wait, you would support a Timothy Chalamet Superman?
No,
Oh, I thought you just said you would.
no, I found a quick list real quick. All right, when is this?
No. So why not Timothy Chalamet?
First of all, you'd have to put one of those freaking Shazam suits on him to make him even close to the right size.
Well, he is from Krypton. Doesn't
Or
need
maybe,
to be.
or you know who Timothy Chalamet be? He'd be what's the Superman in the freaking Flashpoint universe?
I knew you were gonna say that. That's terrible. That's funny as fuck.
There's nothing to him. If the strong wind will blow him away, but also it'll blow his hair around, so all the girls will go crazy.
Who the hell is that?
Okay, all right, so let's start at number 1. All right, so this is Jacob Tremblay, famous Canadian child actor. He was born in 2006. What is he from? Wonder, Good Boys, Doctor Sleep. That's a good movie. Oh, he played Damian Wayne and Robin and Harley Quinn. There you go.
So, and these are people they're picking for who?
This is the best. This list here from Hood MWR. I have no what this website is. I apologize if it shows porn. The top 20 best young actors under 25 years old. This was last updated October 16th, 2022. This article is by John Marty.
So they're well under 25 in this.
A little young.
Well under 25. Okay. So
Right,
on the first two.
Yeah, so is that Ian Armitage, famous American child actor? Yeah, he is born in 2008. Sorry, Stranger Things kid, not my Superman. Different Superman, but not Clark Kent Superman. Who is this? Reginald. Well, is that who that is? Okay. Noah Champ. Oh, I know Noah Champ. Another Stranger Things kid. Way too young. Not the right look. Sorry to be so Hollywood about it, but this kid from Sense8, born in 2000. So getting closer to the right age range.
Yeah.
But still just they're just too young. They don't have enough muscle on them.
I mean, if they cast one, they're too young. They don't have enough muscle. They're kids.
But that's the problem. That's the problem.
My next joke was gonna be, so Lois Lane is not getting any.
Well, that's the problem when you go young like how young are we going with this? Are we saying like college, high school? I don't
Well, then
want to
I'm
watch. I don't want to
then
watch
I'm
a high
out.
school Superman.
Then I'm out. Yeah, no.
I want to watch. You know what I want to watch? I want to watch a 25-year-old Superman.
Yeah, I mean that's about as young. I'd rather he'd be 30, 35, but that's
All
what I
right.
would pick. I'd
Now
pick
we're
a
getting
man.
somewhat. Joshua Bassett, famous American actor, singer, and songwriter. Born
Not to say 20 some year olds are not men. You are.
No, but you're not. You're, technically, yes, but
Well,
actual men, not so much.
when I say a 30 some year old man to be Superman,
Oh, here we go. I look. This is the kid from whatchamacallit?
oh, here we go.
The damn Karate Kid show.
Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai. Tanner Buchanan.
No.
He's pretty short though. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Stranger Thing kid. It kid. Nope.
I don't want to see him in anything anymore.
Who?
That Stranger Things kid.
Most of them know.
No, the one from the It movie.
Oh, the wolf is a
Him.
walking.
Jack something. He's in whatever. The one that's in Shazam.
Oh yeah. Not that one. Not that
I
one.
think he should have like he should be paid $15 million a year to not work anywhere.
Stay away from things I like.
Yeah, stay away from everything. Him.
No. Right. This kid.
No.
Okay.
This kid. Yeah,
Jack Dylan Razor.
Yeah, that's the fucker. Yeah. Let's get him 15 to $1 billion a week.
All right. This kid's at least got facial hair.
Sit him down and
graduated high school.
I'm sure he's a nice kid and all that.
Yeah, but you're not Superman.
You know what we didn't talk about on this show yet, and we're gonna have to deviate a little bit.
Sure,
because I'm tired of looking at pimply faced little fuckers. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I don't like kids. Just kidding around, but we didn't talk about Ghostbusters.
What about it?
They lost its director, Reitman. Jason Reitman's moved on.
Oh, did he?
He's going to produce it, and his right-hand man on the first one, Ghostbusters Afterlife, is going to take over.
Well.
That does not.
Well.
No, it doesn't.
That's what they did for the third Star Wars movie. That didn't work out well.
Yeah.
Right now, my picks are third place. Cavill is the kid that's Adam Warlock, and I don't know. That's about it.
Well, you got the other guy. You said he's good too. I would go with Zac Efron. Would be my other. That'd be the only one I'd pick.
Yeah, but even Zac Efron's not that young anymore. But even though,
but I don't want a young Superman. That's
what you're getting, my friend.
I know that's what I'm gonna get, but I'm looking at a Superman in like his late 20s, early 30s, and I still think that's young.
Right,
so
because it is, because we're older than them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
how old is Zac Efron? Because he's all juiced up for some movie role right now. Or he looks too big for his frame right now.
Mm-hmm.
Zac Efron he's born in 87. He's only 6 years younger than me.
Well, see. He won't take it because he doesn't need the job and he doesn't want to be he won't want the backlash.
No, that's the thing. He's too old now or he's too smart to do that.
Yeah.
You got to find some idiot who's like, yeah, I'll be Superman after Henry Cavill. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Then he says Zach would make a great Batman. You're not wrong. I'd be all right with that, actually.
He would
for sure.
I agree.
He's got the Bruce Wayne good looks there.
He's playing Carrie Von Erich.
All right, Adam. Is there anything else we got to say on this Henry Cavill subject here?
I mean, I said I'll keep an open mind, but obviously they have
Sorry, I mean rootin' tootin' Indy.
just goofing around. But obviously they have someone in mind, don't they?
They have to. You can this can't be. Oh, we're gonna go to Central Casting and see what we can find. Absolutely not. This has to be. I know the next guy. James Gunn has to go. Not only do I have someone in mind, he's the next guy. I don't know if you have to go raid Australia again and get the next batch of Hemsworths or whatever you got to do, but whatever. I don't know, but you can't you can't just be going, oh yeah, no, like this is gonna be fine, like this is gonna like we're just gonna find some guy's gonna walk in and be like, you're the next Superman. No, and if it had better not go that way, I'll say that, because I really think cutting Cavill loose is going to end up being probably one of the bigger mistakes with these. This is going to be looked upon as a watershed moment for DC. That's why I say they have to hit a grand slam with this, with not only the movie but the casting as well.
That's too hard. I hate to
That's
say
the problem.
I hate to
That's
say
the
something too hard.
problem.
You know what? If they
made
turned
their own
around,
bet though.
if they turned around and said, "We're gonna do a different Batman, a different take on Batman. Here's a brand new Batman #1." There's plenty of good source material to pull from. There really is, and there's plenty of ways you can work that character around because you can make it relate to anybody. Superman is supposed to be a god who's the friendly giant, right?
That's the biggest difference between Marvel and DC. DC is supposed to be if gods walked among us.
And Danny's right. Danny is right. This is the last shot.
You've got one shot to nail this. You've got one bullet. That's all the fans are going to give you. Because they gave you Cavill. They're like, oh, you're sick with Cavill? Fantastic. Let's go. Now you said, no, we don't want that. Be like, you got to absolutely nail it. You got to crush it.
Well, also, too, Black Adam, it does taint it even worse because now I look at Black Adam and say, well, nothing this movie promised. Nothing this movie promised me is going to move forward. So now I really am not a big, it's okay.
Well, that's the part of the problem now, because you look at that movie and you go, this does not matter anymore. Overnight, this movie doesn't matter. The Justice Society of America you set up doesn't matter.
Right.
You're gonna tell me you're gonna let Dr. Fate walk away. You're gonna let the promise of Hawkman and Dr. Fate that set up, you're just gonna let that just walk right out the door now, or just let it evaporate like it never happened.
The only hope that there is, because there's damn sure going to be a season 2, is the Peacemaker show takes place in that universe. There you go. So what are you going to do with that then? Because that's James Gunn's Peacemaker. Yes. So are we sure? Are we sure we're doing this?
That's why. Honestly, that's why it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense doing that.
No, I said all we got to say. Like I said, I keep an open mind. I will see it. I love these characters, but, there's not a lot of me out there, dude. Just saying.
But also, Adam, as a DC fan, I still feel like that.
Oh, no! We suck again!
So. All right. But also,
we suck again!
We suck again! That's how I feel.
Did you He's hilarious. He's over 50 now, and he had his last stand up. He says, "Yep, we got a baby. He's had a baby at 3 years old because I'm a fucking idiot." That's what he said.
And every other man went, sure are.
Yeah, he's like, I was done.
I was free. I was out. No, no, you're not. That's what these people like. I remember like my dad had me at 36. I'm just like, oh man, 36. And then you hear like these guys having kids in 40s and 50s and 60s. I'm just like, not even, not even. You could not pay me to, oh goodness.
Whoa, hey, wait a minute, that's not to get you, Steve. You can pay me.
Yeah, Adam, you can pay Adam. I want no part of this.
You can pay me. No,
I'm good.
No, that's hard work. That's hard work. That's real. That's real work. I got to make sure this little human being doesn't die.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah, survives.
It survives, doesn't hurt itself.
So, all right, we'll do a little bit of stuff for our friends here. So, since we are having a show, so our friends over at the Night of the Chihuahuas are having a Kickstarter starting up. I think January 3rd we talked about.
Yep, January 3rd.
So that's a Tuesday. So if you are a fan of independent comics or indie creators in general, go check it out. And here is a quick video. So go check those guys out over on, go to their website, nightofthechihuahuas.com, or you can go check them out on Instagram at Night of the Chihuahuas. So good guys. Nate is a good friend of the show, and I think, did he say he's coming on for the Christmas show?
Not sure he gave I'm not sure if he confirmed
hard response or not yet. So,
but Jason confirmed for the Christmas show.
Oh, good. So,
yep.
Danny, you're coming for the Christmas show, right? And I think you said you were in. So I think I tried to ask Jerry, see if Jerry was available. He's not, but he said he might be available for the end of year show. So, but that'll be our next show next Tuesday. That'll be our Christmas show. We're talking about Christmas movies, holiday specials, and your favorite Christmas fight. So
that's right.
So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Adam, you got anything to say there?
Stick around after the broadcast, Nick, because I want to talk to you. And other than that, we love you folks. Thank you for watching. Henry Cavill, this message is personally to you from me. Thank you for bringing Superman to life. For me and all the other people who love Superman, you are Superman. And in my entire lifetime, I never thought that I would say that somebody else besides, the late great Christopher Reeves, but you are, and if not have surpassed that. Thank you for being Superman.
Yeah, and if the people in Hollywood were half as classy as Henry Cavill, Hollywood would be a much better place. So, yeah, thanks. I know Henry will never see this, but yeah, thanks again, dude. Just absolute class act, humble, gracious, the entire way through, and I really, really hope you land on your feet and get a better role. I'm not sure what that would be, but that man deserves better. So,
hey, you know what? One of my favorite line deliveries was from Cavill, was in Batman v Superman when Bruce Wayne stops, or Batman stops beating up Superman. He's like, "We gotta save Martha." And they're like, Batman's like, "They need you there. I promise you, Martha won't die." This and that. And then Lex Luthor's like, the bad news. He's like, "I just wish I was there to do the breaking myself." That was Batfleck. And then Superman walks in. He's like, "You've lost." And he goes, "I don't know how to lose." And then Cavill goes, "You'll learn." Just real calm. You'll learn.
You'll learn. And
I loved it. I loved it. And then the first thing Doomsday does, the first thing he does is try to kill Lex Luthor, and Superman saves his fucking life right then and there. Doomsday reaches back, goes to kill Luthor, and Superman stops him and saves Luthor's life. That's what you fired today.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Danny, thanks as always. We'll see you next Tuesday. If you want to see what we're talking about on the show, go to our Facebook and Instagram. You can escape with Nick and Adam. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. It helps us a lot. And if you are a podcast fan, we are on all the major podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and Google Podcasts. Please like and subscribe. And if you like our show, shoot us a message and share it with your friends. We like doing the show, and if you guys like it, let us know, because we want to know, what you guys like. So
Yeah.
thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next weekend for the Christmas show. Ho ho ho! Oh,
Merry Christmas!